Hi, I'm Tony Strong and you are watching Tony Strong Life Coach. Today we're going to be looking at ways in which you could protect your inner core. And what I mean by that is that your inner you-ness, your unique you-ness right here in the center of you, this needs to be protected. And it needs to be protected because the world out there is noisy and it's demanding and it's wanting to take you out of your unique you-ness, and it's wanting to put you out there in a land of confusion and anxiety and frustration. And I want to bring you back today to that inner quiet place. You've probably heard of mindfulness. Well, this is my kind of version of mindfulness, right? We're trying to make you live for today, live in this moment. So what I've got here is I've got Strong's strategies for stillness and serenity. Okay, so let's have a look at the first of those strategies that we can employ to make a connection with our inner core and to create a stillness and a serenity bubble around that inner core. And the way that we can do this is through sound, okay, through sound, because your inner core, if you realize it or not, has a particular frequency, okay? Everything around you has a frequency, but your core has a particular sound frequency. And what we're going to try and do now is that we're going to create our own sound frequency, our own sound signature, and that will be the same as your inner core. And by doing that, we will be able to make this connection between the sound and your core, and there'll be this joining together in this ringing harmony. So what I've got today to do this is I've got this glass, this wine glass, which has got a couple of inches of water, if you can see that. Now this is an ordinary wine glass. There's nothing magical about it, but what it can do is magical. Now what I will say is that this particular glass here is larger and more frequency aligned than a normal wine glass that you will have in your home. Now I have sourced these wine glasses especially for this therapy. So this now if you go onto my website, you'll see this particular model of glass advertised, and what I suggest is that you buy maybe half a dozen of those glasses, because as I say, if you use your own domestic glasses, it won't necessarily get the correct frequency, and that frequency produces this beautiful note which we're going to hear very soon here. Now, so all I do is I put my finger in here like this, like that. Okay, wet the finger, middle finger I'd advise. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, very lightly go around the rim here, round the rim of the wine glass. So as you'll soon discover, we will find the frequency, and that frequency will produce a note, and that note is G sharp, and that G sharp note will resonate with your inner core and produce that level of harmony that will bring on this serene stillness deep inside of you. So if you just listen carefully. Okay, we need a bit more water there, just a little bit more water. I think what I'm struggling a little bit here with today, which isn't unusual, it can happen to you, is that the atmospheric pressure has changed outside, and that's affecting us inside. And it's a complicated science, actually, you know, atmospheric pressure, but it can affect this particular therapy. It's particularly bad today, the atmospheric pressure out there, and it's affecting here. But I might be able to, what I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to go over to that side of the room, because I kind of sense, I've got a bit of a sixth sense about these sort of things. I kind of sense that part of the room might have a better atmospheric pressure, and that will help with the production of the note of that G sharp. So just bear with me. I'm just going to, I'll still be here, but I'm just going to do this over here. So if just listen for that note. Listen for that G sharp note. Yeah, it does feel better over here. It definitely feels like I'm gonna. Oh, hang on. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's much better. Oh, can you hear that? Just hang on. Oh, look at that! It's amazing. It's amazing. It's really weird, isn't it? But it's just over there. It was fine here because of the lower pressure. So just watch for that when you do this yourself, just in case you have a problem with it. But anyway, hopefully, when you heard that note, something inside you, something responded, and hopefully, and well, I'm sure that response was your inner core responding to that peaceful, serene, still frequency. Available to buy now, this Tony Strong endorsed wine glass is guaranteed to produce a healing G-sharp note that will resonate with your inner frequencies and stimulate your eunice. Okay, so we're now going to move on to the second of strategies for stillness and serenity. But now to go in deeper, I've got this. I've got my wood. The wood has lines, and each of those lines represents a year of the life of this bit of wood. And obviously, the bit of wood, this comes from a whole tree, and so there are many lines on that tree. And this tree's been around for could be hundreds of years, and we have this incredible connection between us as humans and trees, because we came from trees originally. We were up there as apes, and then we eventually dropped down, and we started to walk on two legs. And we've sadly lost that connection with trees as we've gone into the modern age, and we need to get back to the trees that we originally came from. And we can do that today, because this is the exercise that I'd like you to do. This is the strategy. We have here the lines of the tree, okay, and we have here the lines on my hand. And what we're going to do is that we're going to draw these two together. And by doing that, we are going to reconnect. Just going to stroke. Oh. Hang on a minute. Now, if that does happen, I mean, it can happen, obviously, because this is a real bit of wood, and obviously you've got to be careful that you don't. So what I've got here, I've got some clippers, and I'm just going to get that out of, as I've got a splinter, obviously it's gone into my finger. Oh, there we go. It's kind of bled a little bit. I'm just going to get a tissue. So anyway, hopefully that's showing you how easy it is to connect with the wood. Available to buy now, this Tony Strong Healing Wood Artifact comes complete with comprehensive instructions so that you can benefit from every aspect of wood alignment stroking therapy. Now, for this last strategy, you really need to concentrate, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you to create a world in your mind, okay? A world in your mind that doesn't exist. I'm just going to help you through imagination, through suggestion, to create that world, and you're going to journey through that world from one place to another place. And when you get to that second place, that will be the inner sanctum of your core. All right? I just want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that you are sat in a busy place. It could be like a busy cafe, or maybe at work in a busy office. And it's just noisy, and it's distracting, and it's making you slightly anxious. But there's a door. There's a door right behind you. And you turn around and you see that door, and you walk over to that door, and you put your hand on the doorknob, you turn it, you open the door. What you see then is some steps. So I want you to now walk down those steps. Okay, and as you walk down, close the door behind you. I want you to step down these steps. Here we go. Stepping down the steps. Down we go. And as you go down the steps, the sounds behind you, the sounds of the busy office or the busy cafe, they're just starting to diminish. They're getting quieter and quieter. And you're going down the steps. And now you've got to the bottom of the steps. In front of you, there is another door. Open it, and as you do, the light hits you because it's bright out there. it's bright, but it's not horrible bright. It's lovely, warming bright. And what I want you to do, I want you to step into that place through the door and just look up. Look up, because what you're now seeing is this beautiful, beautiful garden, a big walled garden. There's beautiful lush grass on the floor and on the ground, and there's trees, and there's a gentle breeze, and the sun is on your face, but it's not too hot. It's not, you're not getting sweaty. It's just perfect. And then now I want you to look ahead, and now just ahead of you, in the middle of this garden, you should see a bench, and I want you to walk slowly towards that, because that's the place in this, and it's lovely and it's peaceful, and the only noise you can hear is the sound of just the wind. And I'm so sorry about that. Sorry, can we just pause it there, because I'm just gonna have to have a quick word with my cleaner. So hang on. Yeah. God, that's so annoying. I'm really sorry about that. I mean, I said to her, it's not your problem. It's just I did say to her, I said, look, you know, I'm doing a session, and she's great. She comes in regularly to clean, but you know, I did say to her, don't do it while I'm doing this. I'm sorry, that's really annoyed me. But okay, well, we'll just get back to where were we? Oh fuck, I can't believe it. Hang on. What is it? What? Hang on a moment. Yeah, how much? Yes. Next week. I'll pay you next week. Blimmin' out. I mean, the amount of money she costs, it really shouldn't be that complicated. Sorry about that. I just had to. She wanted paying now. She doesn't normally get paid now. She normally waits till, you know, I pay her every couple of weeks. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Sorry. Let's get back to this. Let's get back. Serenity. Where were we? We closed the door, hadn't we? We closed the second. We done the first door, second door. Okay, yeah. You're now looking at the bench. That's it, at the bench. And well, just go and sit. Just go and sit on the bench. Just sit on the bench. Sorry, I've kind of lost the thread a little bit. Just go and sit on the bench, okay, there, and just be quiet, and enjoy the wind on your face and stuff. And that really should be. You should now be very much in the inner core. Okay. Thanks for watching.